Always about the economy. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, a preferred inflation gauge of the Federal Reserve, rose slightly in June, according to data released Friday. President Biden reacting to the report, saying, quote, "We're going to keep building on this progress to lower costs for all Americans by expanding on our success, capping prescription drug costs, and building more homes to lower rents." Congressional Republicans have a different plan, one that would reignite inflation by giving more massive tax cuts to the ultra-wealthy, while raising costs for working families by taxing all imports. Well, for more on the Biden-Harris economy, we are joined now by former Trump campaign senior economic advisor and Heritage Foundation senior visiting fellow, Steve Moore. Steve, great to have you here today.
Hi, Anita.
Hi. No question, people were struggling under the Biden economy. Let's bring up some numbers to take a look. Let's first look at the CPI inflation numbers under Biden. They rose all the way up to 9%, a peak of 9%. Now they're back down to 3%. But take a look at the costs of goods. And we've shown these graphics so many times, but look at the price of gasoline up 47%, consumer prices 19%, groceries, electricity, rent, credit card debt. I mean, so many things hitting the American public and their pocketbooks. At some point, Vice President Harris, the presumptive nominee, has to defend these numbers. She inherits these numbers. So how's that going to go?
Not only does she inherit these numbers and contribute to them, she was the tie-breaking vote in the United States Senate. As you know, Anita, the vice president breaks the tie when you get a 50-50 vote. Twice she did that on $3 trillion of spending bills. So she is almost personally responsible for the massive inflation that you just showed on that chart, where inflation went from, you're not going to believe this, Anita, it was 1.4% or 1.5% when Trump left office, and 18 months later, it was at 9.1%. And so you've got now just about everything you buy is 20 to 25, in some cases 30% more expensive, whether it's gasoline, whether it's groceries. You had that number about rent. You know, I think those rent numbers are probably too low. Most people tell me that their rents have gone up 30, 40, 50%.
Yeah.
And at the same time, by the way, Anita, you just talk to people on the street. People are saying they can't even afford to go to McDonald's or Burger King anymore.
Yeah.
It's too expensive.
It's almost like a gourmet restaurant now. The
Yeah,
prices
exactly.
there. But, you know, it's interesting. President Biden is still defending his record on the economy. Take a listen to what he said in his Oval Office address, and then former President Trump reacting to that. Take a listen.
Today we have the strongest economy in the world, creating nearly 16 million new jobs, a record. Wages are up. Inflation continues to come down.
Well, I handle it very easily. I have the economy on my side. We had the greatest economy in history. They have a lousy economy that's so inflation-ridden. We have the worst. I think we have the worst inflation in the history of our country, and it's destroying people.
So economy, it's still going to be probably the #1 topic as we go into this campaign. A quick reaction to those sound bites, and then I want to turn the topic to something else.
Well, look, ask the American people. Every single poll for the last 3.5 years, no matter whether it's a Fox poll or a Gallup poll or a MSNBC poll, they all show the same thing, that 60% of Americans will only rate the economy as fair or poor, whereas under Trump, it was almost the opposite. People rated the economy good or great. And so that's a big problem. And I want to just make one other quick point. Yeah, the inflation rate is down, Anita, but that still means prices are rising.
Yeah.
They're just not rising as fast as they used to be.
Yeah, well, at least that's one good thing. Real quick, Steve, right about now, parents are taking out their checkbooks and writing huge checks for colleges. Real quick, let's put on the screen some of the most expensive colleges in the country. They cost, there you go, Pepperdine, USC. I went there, but it wasn't that much. I mean, $95,000 for some of these colleges. It's just unbelievable. You have a plan that you would like to see to help students pay for college. Very quickly, 30 seconds, please explain it.
Well, let's have the kids, these 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, work 20 hours a week. This is what they do at a school called College of the Ozarks, where the tuition is free, but the kids have to actually work for their tuition. I mean, they're 20, 21-year-olds. They can be working while they're getting their degree. By the way, the kids I've met at College of Ozarks are some of the best kids I've met. The other thing is, look, instead of the taxpayers having to pay for these student loans that aren't being paid back? What about these universities like Northwestern and Stanford that have billions of dollars of endowments? Why don't they use that? Why should people like you and me, Anita, and the people listening to this show, why should we have to pay for it when they're sitting on these pots of gold, these universities? You're right. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and you know, there's something to students paying for their own education.
Yes.
They own their education at the end of the
That's
day.
right.
Steve Moore, thank you so much for your insightful plan. Good to see you. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Anita. Have a great weekend.
You too.